Today I'm going to be talking about the summer seasonal animes that are coming out this year. The spring was great. The winter, it was good, but I like the spring seasonal animes the best this year. Now, what does the summer have to offer? Now, I'm going to scroll down the list. Well, I'm not going to go through everything, but I'm going to talk about mostly the ones that are really hyped up like this summer. So, let's get into it. I don't know much about the first six ones on anime list, but Dragon Ball Super. I'm hyped up for this. Like, I'm hoping Dragon Ball Super, isn't no isn't no Teen Titans Go type stuff. Like that show. But Dragon Ball Super, like I can't wait for it. It's got Beerus in there. Yes, Beerus, not Bills. I'm just used to calling him Beerus because of the dub version. Yes, there's like some kind of fat version of him, like I believe is an alternate universe. I'll do an expectations video before it comes out, maybe whenever I get my computer. Are we gonna review it? Yes, we are. We're gonna review the series. Shaq will join me after his hiatus, so it's just gonna be me for the first three episodes until he comes back from his hiatus. Okay, Dardarara. I think Shaq likes this series. I'm not sure. I gotta tell him about that. Uh, Fate Khaled. I have not seen Fate Zero yet. I'm starting Fate Zero tomorrow. I'm starting it tomorrow. So I don't know much about that series. I believe it's like before it. Now here's a series that I'm pretty hyped up for. It's coming out in 14 hours. Like when I get off work, it's gonna be online. It's gonna be streaming on Funimation. And here it is, Gangsta. Like I heard a lot of good stuff about it. Like it's a seinen manga. It's about like these gangsters, the mafia, that kind of stuff. Now, on the terms if I'm gonna review Gangsta, I might start reviewing it. Like, if it's that good, like I'm gonna do a first impression of these series, the ones I'm talking about, like the ones that I'm gonna mention. If I really like it and it's hyped up to be, then I'll keep on reviewing it, just like I did with Food Wars. Like during the first impression, me and Shaq loved it, and we're reviewing the series together. So most of the time it's me, but on this hiatus. But if I really like Gangsta, then I might start reviewing it on Wednesdays along with Gintama. But okay, moving on. And note, it comes out in 14 hours. So in 14 hours, when I like get off work, I'm gonna get on Funimation since I'm subscribed to Funimation, and and watch this in pure HD. Like I still can't believe Funimation got this. Like they're streaming like a lot of stuff this summer. I'm trying to figure out if they got the license to it, because if they got the license to it, then they can broadcast dub it. And when they get broadcast dub, possibility if it's hyped up to be, it could be on Toonami. Okay, so we got a lot more stuff. We got something called Gotcha Man, and I never heard of that. I'm just gonna go through the ones that I know, and then like go back to the ones that Shaq said he was gonna like watch after his hiatus. Here's an interesting one. It's called God Eater, and the title pretty much got me pretty kind of hyped up for it. It kind of says the far east of 2071, the domain of mad gods. In the early 250s, unknown life forms called oracle cells began in uncontrolled consumption of all life on Earth. That kind of looks pretty good. I might check it out. I might check it out. If I like it, I'm going to do expectations, and if it ends up bringing hyped up to be, I might review the series, but you never know. Um, Here's a few more stuff. Oh, oh man, the next two series I'm going to mention is Ecchi's, and this one, the first one, I might warn you guys. I have read 10 chapters of the manga. There's like 104. There's like 174 chapters, and let me give you guys a warning. Prison School, the anime. when I heard that got adapted, I was like, okay, I never heard of this, but apparently there's a huge opie girl that like I believe she's gonna like be the whole fan service of it. And when I saw the previews, I was like, oh, what are they doing? Why are the dudes being thrown in prison and like being brutally like tortured by these three girls? And I'm like, and then when I read back in the manga, it was because they were peeping. So here's the premise of it: a private academy reserved for all elite, all girl boarding school. But this time they break the rules and say that they're going to allow boys in the academy. 5 dudes made the cut, and they dorm with each other. So no co-ed dorm for them. So in the story, when I read in the manga, they were going to go peep on some girls, and they get caught. And then they get thrown. They got 2 choices: go to the school prison or get expelled and let their parents know, which would be bad. Really bad. That's a tough choice. Being tortured in prison or get expelled and deal with your parents. Personally, I would deal with the parents. I do not want to be tortured in prison. I would deal with my parents. I mean, I'm pretty sure my parents will understand, because I'm a teenager if I'm still in high school. And, maybe they might let me off in a warning, probably ground me for a week. But, seeing what they go through, like in the manga, I read the manga. This author, I'll tell you, I bet they're going to censor a lot in this anime. The manga has, this guy or girl who draws this has a really, really obsession with nipples and asses. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of fan service I can take. Not as much as High School DxD, but a lot of detailed stuff. Like, imagine, here's the thing about the manga. Imagine Attack on Titan doing detailed bodies of, like, opie and asses. Like, really detailed, dark in tone. Like, a mix of, like, Attack on Titan art, Bleach art, and who's another good art? Who's another good artist that I know that I really like to watch? I read. Okay. Take Kubo's good art skills and mix it with Attack on Titans and put it into detail form of like nipples and asses. Like, if you guys don't know, go read it. Go read the manga, but be warned, there's gonna be a lot of fan service. So I might do an expectations. I'll do an expectation video on that. It's gonna be, I don't know, because Funimation is streaming this, and if they put a license on this, like, they're probably gonna try to compete with like Sentai Filmworks and like Aniplex, which probably is going to go to like Funimation or Sentai Filmworks. And it's this was animated by JC Staff. So seeing that's by JC Staff, I can't wait to see what they do with that. Here's another one. Monster Museum. Monster Museum. This anime, this series, I know one reviewer that reads this series, Tekken 101, and I think Chibi likes to watch it too, or read it too, because this anime comes out in 6 days. This manga, here's the story. True story. Me and Shaq, we were going to, I believe it was after the mall. We went to Barnes & Noble because it's right next to the mall that we go to. We like to check out the manga section. And I look at this book, and actually, it was before I went to DxD. He says, like, Ryan, this DxD has more fan service than High School of the Dead. And I was like, what? And then I look at this cover, and it says Monster Museum. And someone unwrapped it. Like, they were really eager to, like, read this. So I looked at the first few pages, and I was like, oh, man, this this series has a lot of fan service in it. I can see why they try to remove it. This series has a lot of nudity, a lot of opie in your face, and a lot of like stuff. So basically, this is like a basic ecchi harem, and I believe it says it's a seinen, which is kind of weird. But this series has a lot of fan service, and I believe, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna like censor the hell out of this thing, like on Funimation. They're gonna censor the hell out of this thing, and when the uncensored comes out and they come out with the Blu-rays, people are going to be on that. They're really going to be on this. This is one of the 3 series that's like trying to compete with. Actually, this is one of the 2 series that's trying to compete with DxD, because DxD has a lot of fan service. Monster Museum and that New Testament New Girl Devil. Those are the 2 series that's trying to compete with High School DxD. Monster Museum has someone on the verge of being like DxD. And I read like the first 30 chapters of it, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of fan service that I can take too. And I'm like, I was curious. I'm curious. I was curious to read it, and seeing that this is being produced by Lecce, which I never heard of that series. The anime company. I heard of it before, but I can't remember what series they did. But here's the premise of it. It's about a bunch of monsters are being crammed up, like these monster girls being crammed up in like this room, in this whole apartment type thing with this dude, and they have to protect him from the government or something like that. And here's the thing: it can't like breed. The dude can't breed with them. Like if you do that, you'll go to jail or something like the premise of that. It's been a while since I read it, but apparently you can't like marry or breed them because they're monsters. Here's the cover of it. So y'all can go check that out. It's gonna be funny. I'll do a first impression of it, like just to tell you guys about the series because it's so funny. I don't know much about these other series. Okay, here's the thing. Here's another series that's an ecchi. There's so much ecchi this summer seasonal animes. A series called Senmotentia to Lu Ganen Ga Sozai Senchai Takazuri na Shikai. Really hard to pronounce. But it's by JC Staff, and it has this like chick that has like panties all over her head, and it's something about like them talking about like the jokes, and what really drawn to me is like the comedy. I never heard of this series until like when the spring animes were coming along, and I saw the preview of this, and I was like, this looks promising. Like it looks like it'd be fun. It could be funny. Like here's a picture of it, and yeah, I'll do a first impression video. I will do that. It comes out in 3 days. Now the rest of the series that I believe Chibi is like really hyped up for To Love Ru Darkness. I never read that series or watched the series. I did find a gift of like some type of like popsicle scene. It was like I titled it PJ. y'all get the reference. Y'all get the joke. Y'all get the joke. Now on to the TV shorts. Now before I end this video, this is the last one. Bikini Warriors, like right there. This series, I saw it right there. Yeah, right there. I told Shaq about this series, and I watched like the previews of it, and I was like, oh man, this is basically this huge opie women in bikinis and role players, like in role playing style, like kind of like a Skyrim type fantasy type stuff, that kind of stuff. With amount of fan service, I'm trying to figure out how much they're gonna do on the censorship on that. It's probably gonna be heavenly, but it's by Feel, which wait, Feel, What did Field do? I feel like they did. I think they did. I think they did the Nisekoi season. I believe they did. So I'll do a first impression of it. It comes out in 3 days. When I reviewed the first episode, that's gonna be funny. That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be really really funny. I'm looking back to Field. The Field. No wait, Nisekoi was by Shaft. Studio Field was by oh, it was the My Teen Romantic Comedy. Okay. So, I was just looking up the companies there. But yeah, a lot of promising animes coming out this season. It's gonna be full on fan service. It's gonna be a hot summer. But it's fun. It's funny. It's really funny how they put a lot of ecchi animes this season. Um, Based on the movies, the Boruto movie. Hopefully, it'll come to the U.S. Just like they did for the last. Hopefully, they'll show in my area. Uh, Dragon Ball Z Revival of Frieza. It's going to be shown in the area where I live. Me and Shaq are going to pre-order that, and we're probably going to do a video on it, like showing the film. Well, not showing the film, but us going to it. I wish we did that for Battle Gods. And now for the TV specials, the One Piece episode of Sabo. That would be pretty interesting to see because maybe they might do the whole backstory on how Sabo survived and with the revolutionaries, so they won't do it in the manga because you know how I feel about the manga flashbacks. You guys know how I feel about that. So yeah, that's about it. And I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to where Shaq said he was gonna go watch some animes after his hiatus. He said it was gonna be. He said he was gonna watch some series called Charlotte, which is a story centered around the special abilities that occur, and it just seems like a slice of life. Shaq, you know Shaq, he really likes slice of life, and he was gonna watch God Eater, like I was gonna watch it. Takazushi, I can't find that one. I guess they pronounced it wrong. Cuisine, never heard of it, and it's not on here. It's really. Oh, here we go. Kugin Mashibi, I believe it's Action Fantasy School Magic and Fantasy School Life. Uh, Talking about wizards again, so that looks promising. Looks promising. I mean, Yamada and the Seven Witches. Shaq told me to watch that, and I was like, "Oh man, so this is it." And weird concept, but he told me to watch more. And yeah, I believe that's it. I can't find all the rest of them, but yeah, that's all the ones he's hyped up for. He might review those series, but I'm not sure. Depending on what he's gonna do after his hiatus, something like that. So, Dragon Ball Super, Gangsta, which I'm really hyped for. God Eater, Prison School, Monster Museum, uh, Bikini Warriors. It's gonna be funny. This is gonna be a funny seasonal animes. So that's it for me. That's all the seasonal animes that are coming out this year and for the summer. I can't wait to watch them. It's gonna be funny. So like and subscribe. That'd be awesome. And I'll see you guys next time. This is gonna be a hot summer.